What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Mardu Minute.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in each and every one of you cat, demon, and dog soldiers out there. Yes, Khans of Tarkir has both cats and dogs. Don't know if you knew this, but Rakshasha, cat demon, of course. But a lesser known Anak Bondkin. Learned out this week. Oh boy. Found out this week it's a dog soldier. That thing's a dog. 2-1. Tap it. Make it first strike. Look at it a little closer next time you play that card. It's a dog. Who would have known? It's a dog. A good boy. Welcome into the show. This is Hunt the Week. It is a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League that we love, we play in. I am your host with the most, dear Don John DeMarco, your Goku or go home. I'm a 3-time top 8er, a 2-time league winner, and one time I did a roto draft for like a week straight. It was awesome. Johnny's roto draft. The Chaos Roto Draft. So cool. So awesome. You know, you make like a couple picks a day. You get to like really look at all the cards that are there and take your time and try and figure out what you want to do and adapt, to what the table's doing, because everything's face up. You can see what everyone's going for. And, when do you go for that card? Is it too soon? Is it too late? Lots of risk, lots of rewards. Super fun. Great games. Lots of fun. I love it. And they're doing another one. Very soon, probably too late. Maybe it's not too late by the time this comes out. It starts on Friday, so this is coming out on Thursday. But sign up for Johnny's Murders at Karlov Mansion. He's doing another one now, as soon as the spoilers are done, until set releases. So it's going to be like, another week of drafting till the set comes out. No one's played with the cards. No one knows what's good or not. And you're going to have to burn a bunch of wild cards to play. But it's going to be another fun. It's going to be a hoot and a half. It's going to be a blast. These roto draft things have been awesome. I'm enjoying them. I really say just check them out. Get in there. Get in the side events. Do your own side events. More side events. Everyone, please. More side events all the time. Well, it's time for Khans of Tarkir news. That's right, everyone. It's Khans of Tarkir news here on the Mardu Minute, and it's time to learn about the Jeskai's arrogance, the Sultai's treachery, the Abzan's stubbornness, and the Teamer's recklessness, which shall not divide the great Mardu horde. This is who is in charge of what. Steve T. Strout maintains his hold as the Mardu Khan, and we couldn't be happier about it. He's brought horses into the Mardu lifestyle. Stallions, mares, maybe even a donkey. Next you have Daniel G. Frisky Hobbit, Khan of Jeskai. Although I think we know that there is something going on over there at the Jeskai camp. And I can't wait to get to the bottom of it in about 2 weeks when I get a Jeskai Khan on. But I know what you're doing. I get it. I see it. I saw it talked about earlier. I get it. Then you have Eric S. Smitty, not Smite. Don't you dare. Don't you dare beseech this great man's name. Good friend of the show. By calling him Smitty. It's Smite. No, don't call him Smite. Call him Smitty. That's the problem. I always mix it up. Anyway, Abzan Khan took it over from Paul S. Youngchunk, guest on the show this week. And then we have, of course, the Timur leader, Caleb G., defending his honor week after week. And last but not least, the newly crowned King of Sultai. You know him, you love him. Give him the eggplant emoji. Damian S. Butt Crack Magic. Those are your Khans of Tarkir. Now let's go ahead and let's trigger prowess.
Let's trigger prowess.
That's right, as I record, it is 4:15 p.m. on Thursday. This is your Khans of Tarkir top 8. In first place, Maxime R., who is 12-3. Daniel G. Frisky Hobbit, 12-3. Richard K. Preacher, 12-3. Jaden M. Mononic Device 11-4. Dan A. The Beatdown Bringer in all caps 11-4. Thane Thidgen 10-3. Chris R. Sinkwater 10-5. Ian F. I Am the Walrus 10-5. And of course, we have to shout out the 5-0s this week. Richard K. Preacher, Player of the Year, 5-0. 12-3. I mean, it's such a good record going into week 3. Only 3 losses. That's a loss a week. I mean, that's just, that's so good. Daniel G. Maxine, what a man. I always think the top 8 stacks because it always is, but man, what a stacked top 8. Ian F. I Am the Walrus with a cute little emoticon in his name. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm surprised they allowed you to get away with it, but here you are. You're breaking the rules, and you're going 5-0. And I believe you're a new player, so welcome. Congrats. 10-5 is fantastic for 3 weeks, and you're helping out Abzan come back, and you're currently in top 8. And last but not least this week, we have Ryan M. Rern, 22, also 5-0, and I love it. I love to see I Am the Walrus go 5-0, and I also love to see Ryan go 5-0 because they were both sitting at 5-5, right? These guys, maybe they come into the week going, I don't know, maybe my league's not going great, maybe my league is done, maybe I should just pack it up, or hey, let's just try to finish even. We're 5-5, let's try and finish even. And then they have a great week, go 5-0, and now they go from sitting there 5-5 even to, hey, you're in this thing. You're in the top 16. You're in the top 8. You are there, and you're right outside. So get out there, play those games, do well, win, win, win. This is Cons of Tarkir. Flip your morphs, and be either aggressive or be 5 colors. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of either greedy morph stuff, or I'm seeing very fast warrior stuff, and I am the latter. But hey, it's working out for me. I went 3-2 this week. Switched it up. Was playing one color pair. Switched to another color pair. I think it's going to go pretty well. But no, I'm still loving the format. We got 3 more weeks of Cons of Tarkir. I hope everyone is still enjoying it. Get ready for Murder at Karlov Manor. I wish it was Markov. I wish this was taking place on Innistrad. I mean, I'm so happy to go back to Ravnica, and I know it's going to be really cool. But man, I'm just the detective thing seems like an Innistrad thing. Karlov and Markov sound so similar, and it's really throwing me off. And eventually I'll get there, but man, I feel like maybe this was originally an Innistrad set. And they're like, no, change it to Ravnica. We haven't been there in a while, and it's good. I want to go back, and I get to go back to a wonderful conversation I had this week with someone in the league who I love getting them on the show. I've been wanting them on the show for a long time. They've been there since I started, and I couldn't be happier to have them on. So let's go ahead and delve a little deeper.
Ever they delve deeper, down into the dark. And that is where they found it.
That's right. This week I am delving deeper with Paul S. Young Chunk. Paul's only top 8 ever was in Strixhaven, which was my first league, my first top 8. We battled it out back then, and he comes and goes from leagues, doesn't play in a lot of them, but I love it every time he comes back. He's a great player. He's got a great attitude, and he's one of those Canadian guys. He hangs out. He plays a lot in person up north. So a lot of you probably know Paul, and it was a pleasure to get him on. Let's go ahead and listen to my interview with Paul right now. All right, everyone, join me as we are delving a little deeper this week with none other than Paul S., a.k.a. Young Chunk. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome and happy to have you. I get to ask you an oldie but a goodie question right off the bat. When did you start playing Magic?
Well, I mean, that's kind of a weird question because I guess I started when I was really young with my brother. We used to play with, I think, Scourge Precons or something like that.
Very cool.
And we used to just lay out all the cards and just pick the cards we wanted, kind of like rotisserie draft, but we didn't know what was going on.
Sure.
And I don't know. I think we played for maybe a month, and I think we both kind of hated the mana system. We were like trying to like mana weave so neither of us gets flooded or screwed. Like just we didn't know how any cards work. Like with cycling, we thought like you could just pay to the rampant growth every
Sure.
turn,
Yeah.
like while it was on the battlefield. Like just I think about it and I'm like, what were we doing? Kind of. So we played when we were young. But yeah, and then I guess I started back with Theros Beyond Death.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so that's basically when I started playing Magic for real, I would say. I was, I mean, I moved out from my parents' place the summer, I guess 2019, and I just was, I think, bored. Like I had no kind of outlet,
Sure.
to do something. My friends
Yeah.
were farther away, so I watched like a prof video about getting it like free intro decks or something. So I
Yeah.
went to the LGS and then they were like, you should try on Arena. It's got a good intro. And yeah, I played on Arena for a bit of Eldraine. And then my first pre-release was Theros.
Awesome. Theros. That's a good one. That's a fun
Yeah.
one to come in on. So you weren't there for the original Cons of Tarkir block. This is your first taste of cons then, huh?
It is my first taste, yes.
Oh, how are you liking the Cons of Tarkir? I mean, compared to all these other
so
formats.
I will be honest, Maxim had to, take me under his wing a few drafts, he helped me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually love it. I think Morph is a great mechanic. When you what's it called? When you know the morphs, I think is better.
Yeah, it's that fun guessing game, but like once you know kind of what you're guessing at and like what's important and what's not, it's fun. It's real fun.
Yeah, I really like that. Like even your good morphs, sometimes you just play them on 3 and you trade them off.
Yeah.
Like I think that it's interesting because you don't really want to get rid of this like random, like you want to get rid of this random 2/2, but you don't really want to get rid of your late game card. But sometimes, you just trade them off. And then after you'll play a bigger guy later.
It's the risk reward of the morph, right? Like, and sometimes it's like I was playing a game this week against Ryan D, the Slickness, where I had a ponyback brigade, but he had tons of removal. And like, I didn't want to play it as a morph and then flip it. So I waited till I had 6 mana and just cast it straight up.
Yeah.
And I could tell he was like, "Hey, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to." I was like, "Oh, you don't have to cast it as a morph, You can wait."
That is one of the rare ones that doesn't have a when flipped. It has like an ETB or when flipped, right?
Yeah. It's one or the other. It is one of those weird ones. But yeah, the morphs. Oh yeah, more, and it's coming back, right? It's gonna be in Karlov Market,
Mansion or murders at Karlov Manor.
Yeah, so it's disguised now, and they get ward too. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, morphs were just the 2 weeks supposedly. You had to make them ward 2.
Oh my gosh, right? I wonder if that was just like an excuse to make the removal better. Because if everything's got ward 2, the removal can be a lot cheaper, right? But
yeah,
you got to be able to pay the ward.
Yeah, I mean, some of them look kind of messed up, honestly. These disguise cards are a lot stronger for sure than the original morph, without the ward 2 even. Just
I haven't seen too many of the spoilers yet, but I am I'm looking forward to it. I love these mechanics when they come back like this. Like you said, morph's a great one, and it's coming back, so I'm already excited.
And I think they're doing this cool thing with like for cons they had 3 color morphs at common, and then for murders they have each guild has a what's called a morph at common, which will be fun to play, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we're on Ravnica, right? We got the 10 guilds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. So let's talk Cons League. How's your Cons League going? You were a con for a short minute for the Abzan.
Yeah, for a short minute. I don't know. I think the Abzan con matches have been very one-sided. Sawyer kind of got mana screwed, and then I just beat him very convincingly, I guess, 2-0. And then I think against Eric, I lost very convincingly 2-0.
Hey, that's just the passing of the torch in Abzan. That is the Abzan way.
It must be.
But how's your Cons League going? You like the format? You're doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, I've only played my con match this week, so I haven't played anymore. But I'm what am I? I'm X3. And
7-3.
all. Oh no, X4, X4. Yeah,
7-4.
yeah. And yeah, I think I have a pretty sweet Mardu deck.
Nice.
I opened 3 packs and they were just all Mardu bombs basically, and then this one random teamer pack. We'll ignore the teamer pack, but yeah. I'm enjoying it. You know, I got a couple Crater Claws. I got the 5/4 FR4. Yeah.
A couple Crater Claws. Oh my
A
god.
couple,
God.
yes.
Just one is fine, but if you got a couple of them, you can kind of throw that first one away too. Just be like, I got another one in there. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like to play more assertive decks, I think. I mean, I'll play whatever, but I think this is more what I'm looking for, too. I have a Dune Blast in the sideboard, you know?
Ooh, Mardu's so good, he doesn't even play the Dune Blast, this guy. I think that's a good place to be, though, because you're either your Mardu going fast or you're like this 4 or 5 color slow down deck. And I think, I don't know, I'm winning as well, and I'm doing it with a Mardu deck. So I do think Mardu is I don't know. It's hard to not.
I think that is the better aggressive color pairing. I would say. You know, you could play maybe like a teamer aggressive deck with like bigger creatures, but you'll still get maybe beat down lower on the curve if you're doing that by like the really good 2-drops and stuff. Those warriors come out quick. Yeah, the Chief of the Scale and the Chief of the Edge, and then Mardu Horde Chief on 3. That's like just game-winning combo right there.
Yeah, you do that, then like a Russia battle, and then it's like good night. That's kind of it.
Yeah, Russia battle has been pretty oppressive when cast, I would say.
It really is. It's like it's an uncommon, but man, that thing just like does, and you gain so much life.
Yeah,
and you cast it too. Oh my god!
I think it's one of those cards when I was drafting, I don't think I cast it much when I just drafted the set.
Yeah.
It's a card I kind of undervalue, even though I know it's very strong, because it gets taken very early, I would say. Like the average last seen or whatever is probably extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the kind of card I would rather wheel or take later, because there are some times where it just rots in your hand and you don't want several copies and things like that. But yeah.
You compare it to something like Trumpet Blast, that's like almost kind of the same thing.
And and that's a common. You can get it. You can almost get one. Yeah,
but it's like not even a close comparison when you.
No, I mean, exactly. Like Trumpet Blast is for sure a lot weaker, but it does a similar job. And sometimes your warrior decks don't have, maybe only half your board is warrior, so you're only getting half the lifelink, where Trumpet Blast is basically the same thing.
It's very, very solid. You got to do it while attacking. Don't do it before attack.
Yeah. I did see, who was it that posted about that? I think it was Jack or someone.
It was Jack.
It was Jack. I saw that comment and I said, I will definitely not do that.
Yeah, it's like, I've been there. Those only attacking cards. Oh, I think we've all made that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Paul, I'm bringing on someone from each clan. I want to know what is going on with Abzan. I know what's going on with Mardu. We have embraced the horse. Timur has embraced the bear. What is going on with Abzan?
Well, we're represented by the rhino, but I think we're better represented by the turtle, okay? Slow and steady wins the race, okay? We started off with a pretty, let's say, not great start. But the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise wins that race, okay? And
that's true.
And we've come from, I think, last, and now we were second last I checked about 30 minutes ago. So,
nice.
So slow and steady. That's what we've been preaching in the Abzan houses.
Hey, it's like the meandering tower shell, right?
Exactly, like the meandering tower shell.
It takes you guys a round or two to get going, but once you do, it's like, oh no, that thing's actually doing something.
Yeah, we'll block for the first few turns, but we'll also kill you later on.
Yeah, once we turn that corner, oh man, it's a slow death that you just see coming.
Yeah. Just don't active treason us, okay? That's just bad news.
Oh boy, the turtle act of treason.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Yes, 7-4. So you got a lot of games left to play this week, but you got a winning record. You're in a good spot. I wish you luck, Paul. I hope you do well.
Yeah, I hope I do well too. I mean, I praised my 2 Creators Claws. I hope they push me over the edge.
That card is That card is such a beating too.
Yeah, I have won several games by just crater clausing for 5 or 6
Yeah.
remaining damage. Top deck. Yeah, sorry, the game's over.
Yeah. There's nothing. It's like nothing you can do about it. You can't play around it. Especially when you got two of them, man. It's
Yeah.
so gross. Well, Paul, I would love to know what is your favorite Magic card?
Oh, favorite Magic card. I
Favorite
didn't think about
Magic
this one. I was
card?
thinking about the later question, the invasion cards, but
Oh, see, that's one I had no idea. I wouldn't be able to answer that.
yeah, I mean favorite Magic card. I mean, I really, really liked Hateful Eidolon from Theros Beyond Death. I think
Oh,
that
good
was
one.
the card so that was my first pre-release, right? But I remember playing that card a lot in Theros, and I just thought that was like the coolest. It made me feel smart. You Myers grass their guy, you draw a card, whoa,
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
yeah, combo. Oh
But
boy.
honestly, it's probably not that card anymore. I don't know. I think honestly, Lightning Bolt's fun one. I really like
Yep.
Lightning Bolt. Um, yeah, I get something like probably red or black aggressive type cards.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh, those are some fun. Those are some fun aggressive cards. Lightning bolt. You're an
Yeah.
aggressive guy, Paul. You like to play the aggro decks?
I definitely like to play the aggro decks.
Oh, really? Another aggro player. You're right at home with your Mardu build. So,
Yeah, I know.
well, we got some great questions from the league this week, and they never disappoint. Our first question comes from Miranda.
Yeah.
What makes you decide to play or not play a league? Because you kind of come and go. I know you were there in Strixhaven, which was my
Yeah.
first league.
Oh, that was your first one, eh?
That was
Oh, yeah, I
that was my
forgot.
first one, and
That
like
was my only top 8. Only top 8.
that's why I remembered you, Paul, because
Yeah.
we were in there, we were fighting it out, man. We were
Yeah. I mean, I think it's honestly time. Like it's just the league it doesn't actually require that much time, but I like to, go play F&M and things like that. So like it's hard to, balance, time and playing the league and stuff like that. I feel like I've gotten better with scheduling my stuff that I can kind of, take the couple hours to play my league matches and not procrastinate. But yeah, I mean, I like playing in the league. It's just sometimes, I'm like, I definitely won't be able in these 2 months to play, 5 matches in a week. So I'll just not sign up, kind of thing.
And I know you play a lot in person, right? Like you play a
Yeah,
good amount of in person, man. Because I
yeah,
always see you
I play.
posting like, "Hey, playing in RTTQ or doing this thing," and like, tell me a little bit about that. Like, are you like a grinding tournaments, or are you just playing a lot in person?
I like to play a lot in person. I think playing Magic in person is like infinitely better than online. I just like seeing my opponent's face.
Sure.
I don't know what it is. I think I zone out when I play on Magic Arena.
I know, yeah.
The buttons are all flashing, and I'm just like, whatever, who cares, kind of thing.
Oh no, I get that. I totally get that.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a grinder per se, but I do like to go to the RCQs if they're limited, if I can, if the time permits. Yeah, I mean, I'm in Montreal, and every month at the end of the month, there's usually one with face-to-face games.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll try to go to that one if I can, and it's always sealed and cut to top 8 kind of thing. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like playing at LGSs all across town. Just play limited if I can.
No, that's so cool. Yeah, and I'm sure in Montreal you have I would imagine a slew of choices of places to play.
Yeah, there's probably like 6, 7 that I can go to. But I mean, I usually go to the same maybe 2 or 3, but I've been to a bunch of them around.
You do? Are you do pretty well there? Are you the kind of guy who shows up and it's like, oh, Paul's here, watch out. He's gonna
I don't know. I think it depends. I wouldn't say my track record at RCQs is quite good, but I would say my F&M record is a lot better.
Well, there you go. There you go. Miranda would also like to know, what was it like being con, even though it was short, about a successful week? Because you guys did turn it around a little bit.
Yeah, we did. I feel like the success wasn't on me. I think as a group, we're very all in that chat. I wouldn't say it's one person leading the way. I think that just the group we have is very helpful to everyone. And, there's deck lists being posted here and there, and there's always someone hopping on. saying, "Oh, cut this or not cut this." I like the way this looks, things like that. Yeah.
Was the family aspect a draw for you to come back to this one, or was it just a coincidence that
I
it
think
was
honestly
cons?
it was cons. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the fact that it was cons, I actually really enjoyed drafting cons, and then I was excited for cons because I did the LCI one, and even though I don't really love LCI, I know some people love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I actually still enjoyed that league. So I think I think the family aspect makes it better because I really loved Strixhaven.
Yeah.
Like I really loved that group dynamic where everyone's kind of helping each other.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that helped, but it wasn't really a driving factor, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. It's hard to not love the family leagues. Everyone's out there. Everyone's chatting.
And
we
it's funny because I was Witherbloom for that one, and this one I'm absent. So I guess green black is really my home. It's not red black; it's green black.
see. It's funny. I was Lorehold, so I was red white. Now I am Mardu. I can't
Uh,
escape it. This is who I am.
yeah.
And then I was a Riveteer when we did SNC, which is red.
Oh yeah, I didn't do SNC. I actually love that set. I wish I would have done that.
That was a fun one. That was a fun set. Although it was much like this, it was just a dominating force of like one team kind of beating people down.
Oh really? Okay.
Oh, those dang Jess
Are
guys.
the Jets guys still too far ahead to be caught? I had this open.
I don't know. I'm not a math person, so I don't know. But I assume if I'm always rooting for a losing streak, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They could all
Always.
lose forever. But last I saw, I mean, they're at least
Especially if Johnny's on the team, right?
yeah, Johnny. But yeah, I don't know. They're like 10 to 20. Yeah, let's pull it up.
Yeah, I'm putting it up now too. Okay, so they're 1.5 points above us and Sultai. Yeah, I mean 1 3/4 over Teamer. I don't know. They're catchable. They're only like 15, 16, 17 points ahead of us. Total points. Come on, that's easy to catch
That's nothing.
up.
That's nothing. It's like 8 wins back to back.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can do that. You guys can
Easy,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually
That's
you
my
guys-
4 wins this week, right?
they're about 50 points up on us, so I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't really want to mention the Mardu ascendancy. I'm sorry.
Teamer no, yeah, we're under Teamer now.
You're doing well though, John, at 18 points here.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. You're 2 points ahead of me. I gotta catch up, is what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Our team chat's going a little quiet these days.
Oh no.
The Mardu team chat's it's a little quiet out there. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. There's always next league and next family.
It's not fair, right? I hear this Mardu is the best thing to go aggro, but yet the Mardu clan must not have gotten nice Mardu packages or something, right?
It's all the shuffler's broken. All the shuffler.
Yeah. The shuffler is definitely rigged.
What can I say? It's always the shuffler. Duncan would like to know: is there any music from the last 5 years that people probably missed but should listen to?
Oh, I wrote down some good stuff.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm a big hip hop head. So it's almost going to be exclusively hip hop and exclusively like underground hip hop.
Oh, that's great.
So I have here from the last year, Burning Desire by Mike, We Buy Diabetic Test Strips by Arm & Hammer, and Voir Dire by Earl Sweatshirt and The Alchemist.
Ooh, I've heard of Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah, Earl Sweatshirt's probably the most mainstream artist I listen to, and yeah, he's pretty well known, but yeah. And then basically every other album on this list is going to be by The Alchemist as well, who's just one of my favorite producers. So I have Haram by Arm & Hammer and The Alchemist, Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, Lamb Over Rice by Action Bronson and The Alchemist. And then I have a curveball here, Balance Cho by Mac Hami. And then my one non-hip hop album that I really enjoyed last year was Space Heavy by King Cruel, who's like this British, I would say like grungy rock kind of guy, very deep voice. Yeah, very good stuff.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Duncan. We got to listen to these songs now. Now I got to listen to all these songs and figure out. Um, King Cruel sounds cool.
Yeah, I can send the list too if you want to post it with it.
Yeah. Send me the list. I'll post it
Yeah.
with it. And then if there's any hip hop heads out there, talk to Paul. Exchange playlists or something.
I know Evan C is a big hip hop head. We have talked about it.
Oh yeah, peas of crab, huh? That Evan C.
Exactly.
Our next question comes from Mitchell S. Spaghetti Mitch. Name something on your bucket list.
Yeah, I don't know if I have like a bucket list per se. I mean, I'd love to go to a PT. That'd be pretty sweet.
There you go.
And then, I mean, I just like to travel in general. So, like, I think the next place I'd like to go visit is Korea, South Korea. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. I went to Japan this year, which was amazing.
Was that really cool?
Yeah, I think that's my favorite place I've ever been. I mean, I've been to other places around the world, but Japan was something else. I mean, just like the culture, the sightseeing, everything was amazing.
Okay, as a Magic player in Japan, were you like looking for shops and buying stuff, or was that not on your mind at all?
I went to every shop I could to try to find this Japanese promo for what was it? It was a card recently printed. 3-mana 3/3 in black that like every turn you at the end step you can sacrifice like a permanent, and then each opponent has to sacrifice the same, or you draw a card and they lose 3 life.
Okay, that's vaguely familiar.
Oh, Braids Arisen Nightmare, yeah.
Oh yeah, Braids for sure.
Yeah, so they had a sweet promo for like in Japan. They have these cool, I don't know, like promos for playing in events.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, so I really wanted to pick this one up, and this one was, I think, the top 8 promo, and the first place was the Liliana. The 3-mana sack a creature kind of Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want that, and I knew that one would be like $150, but this one I was like, $25 to $50 range at the time.
Sure.
And I went to like 6 stores all across Japan looking for it. And there was one place that said, we can't sell it to you, but if you come to our event on Saturday or whatever, we would be able to maybe give it to you if you did well. And I was like, I'm not going to be here Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
I was like, I'll just buy it. Just let me buy the card.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. There was a couple cool plays. I saw one where they had a ton of just Power 9. Like, no, I mean, not like hidden behind the glass, but they were selling Power 9. I saw like a Black Lotus and some Moxen. That was pretty cool too.
Very cool. Holy cow. Jeez. Well, you were prepped for this one from Richard K, aka Preacher. Favorite card from the invasion block.
Yeah. I mean, I could mention the good cards from the invasion block, like Jilt, Flame Tongue Kavu, Factor Fiction, Phyrexian Rager, Exclude. But those cards are kind of boring, right? I mean, everyone knows these 2-for-1s. But I think my favorite cards are like the goofy ones. So like Frenzied Tiling, 5-mana Gruul card, you destroy one of their lands, and then Rampant Growth. So it's like Rampant Growth and what's it called? Stone Rain attached to one card. Like how good is that? I think that the reason I like that card is because when you play the invasion block, everyone is playing the worst mana base imaginable.
Yeah.
And you just hit their one mountain and they are just screwed for the rest of the game sometimes. And that's a fun experience. And then another top pick. And you know what? If I were to mention this card, Maxim might message me personally because he thinks that this is actually my favorite card. And it's the Sea Snid. All right. It's a 5-mana 3/3. And it can tap to change the basic land type of any land. So you have a cycle of these guys. You have a 1-mana version, a 2-mana version, and then the 5-mana version, Sea Snid. And not only can it, mana fix you, but it can mana screw your opponents.
Yeah.
And that is just the dream, right?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
See, you're an evil man, Paul. You're an evil man.
Yeah, maybe I am an evil man. And then there's like an honorable mention, another funny one. I like Tidal Visionary. I don't think that card is very good. 1-mana 1/1, tap to change the color of target creature. When everything says non-black creature. Every black removal says non-black creature. You need a couple title visionaries to target the enemy creatures.
Hey, so sometimes you just got to make it work any way you can.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a 2-card combo. I'm all about those.
Yeah, Paul. That's what we're learning. Paul loves his 2-card combo.
Yeah. Title Visionary Doomblade, right?
Joaquin E. Diabolic Machine would love to know, where does the name Young Chunk come from?
So I think before playing Magic on Arena, I was playing League of Legends, and I had a funny name I came up with myself. So I had to be some kind of hip hop reference. So I really found it funny, like Young Lean and Little whatever, these funny names. So I originally had Little as Math Thick, like thick, THICC.
Yep.
But I think that was too long for Arena, like, character wise. Yeah. So I was like, what name? Or I forget. There's some reason why I couldn't put it. And I was like, what name could I come up with? And I just thought of a funny word, which was chunk.
Nice.
And I put young in front of it. And that was where it was born.
I love it. That's great. Wonderful. Raphael F. Prudent would love to know, what is your favorite guild or color combo if it's not 2 colors?
I mean, I think my favorite is definitely Rakdos. I think I just like to play an aggressive. I think Mayhem Devil. Actually, go back to the favorite creature or favorite card. Devil? Mayhem Devil might be my favorite card. Yeah. I just really love that card.
Raph is also a Rakdos, Black Red Go Burr kind of guy.
I mean, they also have like a worse Mayhem Devil in Hissing Iguanar. That one, and that one's mono red. You can just play mono red sacrifice.
Yeah, but you need black. Black just does it. It's the pepper, it's the salt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I mean, black allows you to play carrion feeder, which is nice.
And then you get all those fun, like you sack a creature, draw 2 cards, and you give you a treasure for no reason. There's so much value.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the Ravnica remastered set, and I got to draft Mayhem Devil once already, and boy, that was fun. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Scorched Rusalkas.
Mayhem Devil decks are so fun, but they're so easy to break. I've played against a couple where we do like the brawl leagues or whatever. They do brawl leagues, and people are like, they're black red sacrifice with Mayhem Devils, and it's like, man, those
kill the Mayhem Devil and the deck doesn't really do anything.
Oh, it doesn't do anything. But it's like their land sacrifice, everything sacrifices. It's just like, oh my god, these things.
Yeah. Mayhem Devil is kind of a key to that thing. You rarely play Greater Gargadon, but if you're playing Greater Gargadon, it's because you have a Mayhem Devil.
Oh man, I've played Greater Gargadon in so many draft games. I love that. People don't see it coming.
Yeah, they don't see it coming.
Damien would like to know, 1, how do you foster such a positive mindset? And 2, what advice do you have for leaguers for real life LGS Magic interactions?
I mean, this was a question. I mean, I saw this. I would say, I think in general, I have, very go with the flow kind of lifestyle. Like I just do whatever, I kind of enjoy I think I enjoy life a lot. So I think that is probably why I'm very positive. Now, I think that there's some people that I would like to thank for, fostering a good community, So first was Zach. He was there at my first pre-release. That's how we met. Aww. And he put me under his wing and basically showed me the ropes. I'll mention him.
Okay.
And then I think the other person would be Johnny. So Johnny, when there was COVID, he was running pre-releases in the park with some Magic players just so that we could all kind of even just interact, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
No LGSs were running an event. So I think that Johnny and Zach are really the people that have pushed me to kind of try to embrace the community and like try to, create a community around the people I meet. Right?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Zach actually messaged me after I asked for questions. So I have one last question
Oh
from
no.
Zach for you. It's good. He's not rolling you or anything.
Okay, okay.
Zach says, could you talk to him about Cube or other limited formats? I think Paul is working on his third Cube right now. We had started hosting a lot of Cube drafts and other draft formats. Could you ask him what is his favorite draft or Cube and why?
Well, it's definitely not his. I actually really like the Invasion Cube, but I'm a bit biased because that's my cube.
Okay.
But so we have two people with unpowered legacy-ish vintage cubes. Those are both fun. I think I
Awesome.
just like to draft cube. I have a popper cube which I kind of abandoned for like a whole 2 years and then re-updated it recently, and that's been fun to play as well. So
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah. But it's fun to do that because, like, in 2 years, Popper has changed so much in 2 years.
Yeah, and I cut so much of the drivel that I should not have been playing and put a lot better cards in. Yeah.
Ah. And
And
what is
yeah,
your
my third
favorite
cube
cube?
I'm trying to build is like a 1-drop cube, just where every card
Ooh.
is 1 mana. But the problem is that there's like tons of green and X spells, which are like just XXs. And I'm like,
Sure.
that's not really a 1-drop.
Yeah, yeah. So not every color is good. Green's going to do the best with those
Yeah.
too.
I mean, white has Secure the Wastes, which might be even stronger.
That's true. I mean, I can imagine you just get Fireball, right? Fireball
Yeah,
good
yeah,
too.
yeah. That's the thing. I think that all those cards should not be included.
Yeah, once you add the X to it, it's like, is it really a 1 mana card?
Yeah.
What is your favorite draft format? Do you have a favorite draft set?
I really love Dominaria Remastered.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one's one of my favorite. I think you know why they reprinted invasion cards, but then they downshifted them so you could get like more than one in a same in a draft. You know,
You just like the invasion guy. Is there a reason why you love invasion so much, Paul?
I don't. I drafted it like 2 years ago on Magic Online, and I fell in love. I don't know. There was. I watched LSV do a couple drafts. I was intimidated, and then I watched him, and then with the last day available, I think I drafted it like 10 times. I was just like, well, this is crazy. And now I just, every time on Magic, it comes back on Magic Online, I just binge, you know?
Yeah, I know. I love those magic flashback drafts. They're so cool.
Yeah, it is my favorite set. And yet I think it is one of the most like horribly designed sets ever. There are so many problems with it. Like that would be a whole other conversation, but I think that the games are a lot of fun, which is what counts to me. Balance, irrelevant, you know, design philosophies irrelevant. I just want to have fun.
Yeah, it's all about if you're having fun. That's what it's all about, Paul.
Yeah.
Man, I hope you have fun playing the rest of your cons matches this week. It's Monday night as we record, so you got a couple days left to go, but good luck out there, man. And thanks so much for coming on the show and making time. And yeah, I always appreciate it when you come back to the leagues. Like I said, I know you from Strixhaven. I see you come and go, and every time you come back, I go, oh man, Paul's in this one. This is gonna be a good one, you know?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Hey man, so happy to do it. Again, good luck this week.
Yeah, thanks.
I will post that hip hop list with this as I record. I've got it ready. But I love talking to Paul. Paul's awesome. Again, Paul's been there since I started. I've been a fan, and I'm happy to get him on the show. He's also in my Roto draft pod right now, and lots of good insight from Paul. You know, we learned he's an aggro player. We learned some good songs, some good music. I love hearing how close he is with Zach and Johnny. It's so cool of Johnny to run events during the pandemic. Johnny, I can't say enough nice things about Johnny. Even there's this whole Roto thing going on right now. Player of the Year invite. It's a big old hoopla. Everyone's got something to say about it. Johnny comes in so cool-headed, so collected. Just makes everything eased out and calm. And oh man, so impressed. And then he just runs good events. And he's a good player. Everyone is so great at everything. It's so wonderful. But so nice to have Paul on the show, repping the Abzan crowd. Stay tuned next week as we bring on Sultan Khan. Hopefully, I believe that's my plan. We'll see how that goes. But every week we've been learning a little bit about each of the other clans out there, and it's nice to hear it from the leaders and also kind of share the wealth. This is the Mardu Minute, but we all need to come together to take down the Jeskai Scourge. Well, that's going to do it for the show this week. Until next time, I hope everyone gets to keep a good 7 and the shuffler is in your favor. Don't forget to sign up for Richard's feature matches. Don't forget to sign up for the Roto drafts. Or maybe just do your own thing. Start your own new things. New things happen because people start them. You know, do your own Roto draft. Do your bad card draft. I want to do that draft they're talking about where you draft the worst decks you can and then you give them to somebody else and you get points based off how many times they lose with that deck. And you also get points on how many times you win with the bad deck that was given you. That sounds super fun. Somebody put that together. It can't be that hard. But and getting Cody's super secret server because he's trying to do another Chaos Secret Santa build your own packs. And I'm brewing up some spicy stuff this time. And last time was pretty fun. There was broken stuff and it was goofy. So just come on in, have fun, play some Magic, and good luck to everyone out there as we get ready for Khans of Tarkir Week 4. Until then, I hope you get to keep a good 7 and that shuffler is in your favor. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, forget the name. 3 mana, 3/3. Let me spry fall it.
That's okay. Yeah, we got time. This is the beauty. I edit all this out. No one knows a thing, Paul. I promise. And then it's like, man, Paul's so smart. He knows every card off the top of his head.